back to the channel. It is very early in the morning, but what a beautiful morning it is. So usually we're at drift cars, and we have been in all the last episodes. Something a little bit different today. So as you've seen in probably some of our previous videos, we go up to the boneyard where we have all our spares, and it's really mucky and it's a mess. And of course my dad has been giving out to me about showing them in the video, so I think today we're going to do something a little bit different. Keelan's brother Nathan, he's coming. He is a nice little sweet 8-ton JCB digger on rubber tracks, so he can come in on the tarmac and not damage it. So he's going to totally transform the yard up the back. We're going to organise our cars, our spares department, put down some gravel, and yeah, I'm going to try and get as much as I can and show you through the process of cleaning up your scrapyard or your parts department. So we're going to do that, and he is just unloading now as we speak. So this is a nice little sweet machine on the rubber tracks and all that. So he's going to come in, he's going to clean up this whole mess in here, put down some stone, and it'll leave it a lot easier for me to operate in my parts department. So Nathan just has his digger parked up. He's gone to get the tractor and the trailer, and thank God we're getting this done up here. This was stoned years ago, but of course it just has overgrown and it's just back like a field again. So I need to move my trailer, get my trailer out of there, and all that scrap to the scrap yard, and all that behind me there is scrap and steel in the grass, so that's going to all have to be fished out of it. And I need to ring a guy now and see if he will take the scrap. So I think Keelan's going to be on the job as well. He's going to be drawing out here, so we're going to ring the guy, make sure he take all the scrap. I am thinking of getting rid of my spare coupe BMW. I don't know, probably again you see this video, I will have either scrapped it or I haven't scrapped it. There's not much left of it, but do let us know in the comments. Should I scrap it or should I keep it? Do let me know. And even if it is scrapped and you tell me do keep it, I may be able to get it back, but do let me know in the comments. Am I doing the right thing or am I doing the wrong thing? Yeah, you can never have enough parts though. Like, there's not really much left on it. Calipers, you know, they're probably scrap. It does have hubs on it. Maybe, you know, get the hubs, mod the knuckles on the hubs, keep them. Their wings are off my very first car. They're dust, blowing engine. There's not really much. You know, Keelan got the power steering out of it. There's a very old ABS pump in there. Doubt that's any good. Again, there's a hub somewhere in there. The door is no good because there's a hole in it. Windscreen is cracked. Actually, the boot lid quarter panels are pulled and rusted. They're no good. That boot lid, it's not too bad. There was holes where there was like an M3 spoiler on it, but still, if somebody wants a spare for a drift car, that boot lid is pretty straight. I might keep this thing because this thing still has a lot in it. Like, it still has the engine. The engine is actually good in it, only for sitting off the engine mounts. There's a gearbox in it. You know, there's a lot in that car. I was going to say front nose cone, but the wall in its corner, finished that. There is some sort of a bumper on it too, and then that is my spare shell for the drift car, just in case the day comes. But that's the spare shell for the drift car, and probably a spare parts car for Abby's car as well. But that is the spare shell for my drift car. So anyhow, that's enough about the cars, but as I said, do let me know in the comments, do I get rid of some of them or do I keep them? So I need to get the trailer out here. Look at this. Can't wait to get this tidied up. Okay, so I'm gonna get the trailer, I'm gonna move it, and get it out of the way so Nathan can get working and get tidying up this place. So we have the plan made. Basically from the gate up, we're going about 10 meters up, and from my tire storage area right over to the ditch, and we're going to stone all of this. So Jonathan's coming over. Nathan was meant to be, but he's gone to another job, so Jonathan's going to be here. Jonathan Core Plant Hire. As I said, there's this nice little 8-ton JCB, and they also have a brand new 13-ton machine. So if you're anywhere local in Longford or anywhere around, do contact the boys. They're going to do a great job on this. It's such a dump. So looking forward to seeing the outcome of this and being able to get my spare parts without getting wrecked. So that's the plan. We're going to wait for them to come back and get some stone, and I have to go and do some other bits and pieces around the house, so I'm going to go and do them. So as you're seeing, it's busy. We've been busy this week, so we've had to just leave the cars just on the back burner for this week. We haven't started on the conversion for Abby's car yet, just making sure we have all the parts to convert this to a 2.5. You know, we just talking to a couple of guys, and I think it's going to be a pretty simple process. So I suppose maybe you would like to see all the conversions of cars and stuff, but look, I says maybe it's worthwhile just taking a break from cars all the time and a little bit more variety. But yes, soon. So that may not be Wednesday, it could be next week. Again, we get back to the cars, but Wednesday, a lot of people, shout out to Limitless Garage for sponsoring Abby. A lot of people have been asking about this. So, some people will be asking about it, and they want to see a little bit more on the IS200. So, might do a little bit of a review, drive it, talk about it, things like that. For people who want to see it, because I think these IS200s, they're taking off something serious. But we will do something on that. And also anybody that has IS200s, my brother's doing these wind deflectors, the stick on the outside. He is doing, he supplies them. He also supplies TRD kit. He also supplies the number plate surrounds for the back to hold the Jap plate. They also do a roof spoiler as well. They do HIDs too, so they do like nearly probably your one-stop shop for IS200s completely from start to finish. So if you do need anything for IS200s, do comment below, but I will do a full feature on this very, very soon. So while Jonathan is cleaning up basically all the scrap that has accumulated over years, I am going to just take all the unwanted scrap that's out of this car and just try and keep the good stuff. There's a battery there. I think that's no good. I suppose we get some money for that, so we'll leave that there. Just like stuff like old discs and bits of calipers and stuff. Like, I don't know if they're good or not, but I don't think we'll ever use them because nearly all our cars are going to have operated brakes, carriers with stuff broken in them. You know, that's all going for scrap. And just try and keep, actually I think we need that for Abby's conversion, so definitely need to keep that safe. This stuff is never going to be used, so I'm just going to take it out of the car, all the unwanted stuff. Radiator, dent is probably never want to use it. Springs, don't even know what they're out of. A lot in plastics, things like that. Clocks in there, but unfortunately they're 4-cylinder clocks, and who wants 4-cylinder clocks? Small case shaft, CV joint gone off it. No, scrap. pilot wheel. Scrap. Yeah, so I am just going to tidy out this car. That gearbox is gone. I actually cut that off to use that piece for centering the clutch. Worked a treat. That's bent, no good. Calipers can go as well. So I'm just going to tidy all this out and try and just take most of the scrap out of it that I don't need, and then keep the shell for whatever spares Keelan may need or whatever spares Abby may need. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's getting a bit like a council setup now, lads, isn't it? You even have the jacket, Keelan.
Yeah, no digger and all.
Pity you don't have a shovel now, you can breastfeed it. Jonathan's doing a really good job here. He's it all tidied up already. He's that side done. Took the gate off. It's all cleaned up, and we just need to clean that area out there, and then we can get the cars moved back. I'm going to move them back in here once we get stone down. As you've seen there on the video, like, it was all overgrown, but look at the amount of stuff that has come out of it. But thankfully Jonathan's going to take that away, all the scrap as well. He's going to sort all the disposal of that, and so it is going to be a really good job, and I'm going to leave Jonathan to it because he's giving out to me because I'm recording him. The old M50 engine is back out as well. Somebody did comment on the YouTube. They are looking for bits off this. I think the timing chain and tensioner and things like that in there. So I haven't forgot about you, but yeah, I will get to that. But it is out now. What a really good engine that it was. Any of the guys that was started out with me, the 2-litre engine, M50 manifold. Some people might be excited thinking M50 manifold, but as you can see in there, that is the telltale. As you can see, 2.0. So I did get caught. I bought a 2.5 engine, which I thought an M50 2.5, and basically what I bought was a 2-litre engine with a 2.5 manifold on it. Not really much horsepower, but I was kind of raging. But this was my very first engine, but I am selling bits off this if anybody needs them. So we're here trying to teach Abby how to drift, and next thing she comes round the corner of the house in a tractor. Are you a drifter or a farmer, or what are you like?
I'm bored now. It's his fault, not mine.
My fault.
Your car's out,
Yeah.
but you're not doing anything with it.
No, not today.
No, not today. I have too much going on.
No, yeah.
Soon. You're rubbing your hands with all the scrap, Sham, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's absolutely unbelievable the stuff that we're pulling out of this. Just years of stuff accumulating, and there is loads of stuff in it. But yeah, thankfully I will have a new yard for the cars, and be able to come up and store my trailer and all that stuff. But this is serious amount of scrap. But we're making progress. We've lots of foremen. There is a lorry load of stone coming, but we don't think we're going to get an 8-wheeler lorry in around the house. So we will see, but I think Keelan is actually going to leave the stone at his house, and then they're going to draw it over the trailer. But yeah, it's good weather. We're getting things done. So doing the work is all good, but trying to get machinery in around our house is pretty tight. So the boys we did have a lorry load of stone here, but the lorry couldn't get in. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get the tractor and trailer. We're going to get rid of some of the rubbish up here, and then we've tipped the stone somewhere else, so we're going to have to draw it here in the tractor and trailer. So yeah, it's not about drifting today, it's about diggers and tractors. But it is tidying up my yard, so keep my spares department looking a lot cleaner than what it was. the next morning and my yard is done. So it was very busy yesterday, and then I had to race to work and came home last night, just had a quick glimpse at it, and it is unbelievable. Huge thanks to Jonathan McCord, Nathan and Keelan. Fair play to you lads, savage job done. And now I have the freedom to be able to come up into my yard and do all my stuff with my cars and my trailer and everything. And of course, it is unreal. So that's the yard done. Scrap, we need to get rid of a lot of scrap. But the boys got disposed of all the clay and all that sort of stuff, but it's just the scrap that's going to need to go to the scrap yard. And I think it was late enough yesterday even when they finished up, so there was nowhere really to go with scrap. But yeah, that's the yard done. So I'll just give you a couple of glimpses of it. So that may have been a strange episode for you, no cars involved, but maybe it mixes things up a little bit. You probably, if you've watched this far, thanks for watching. Make sure to like it, comment, tell us you don't want to see this anymore and you just want to see cars, or tell us you want to see more diggers and getting the yards done up. Could turn into a DIY YouTube channel. But thanks for watching everyone, and as I said, like, comment and subscribe, and we will be back on Wednesday at 9 p.m. and we will be featuring the IS200. So if you have been waiting for that, that's going to be Wednesday 9 p.m. and then we are going to cut back to getting these cars ready. So it was a bit of a hectic week for me, so I'm signing out and we will see you all very soon. Seeing as that was a strange episode, maybe with no cars, I do actually have some footage that I got a couple of weeks ago and I never actually got a chance to add it to the video. So basically, this episode wasn't all about digging and doing up my yard, but we have a small bit of drifting for you, just to keep you going until we get back very soon to working on the cars. So we're just going about our business and we went to get paint, and we called into my cousin and he is just testing his 335i. So this is the same place as you seen in the previous video where we got in trouble. So I'm running if that happens.